Well, howdy ho, and howdy hoes. This is the Soulful Cream Podcast. I am your host, Cream Diggler, with a special, very special guest today, the talented, the one and only Mr. Drayton. How are
Come
you,
on.
sir?
Oh, I need to record that so I can have that on my show. I need to record that. I need that every Saturday morning. I need it every day. It's one of those things like when Mary Blige sings "Good Morning Gorgeous." I need that.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, you. Hey,
Well,
I'll record it for you.
I appreciate that. Well, good afternoon, gorgeous. How are you?
I am doing pretty good. I am doing pretty good today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I appreciate
I'm
it.
really glad to have you here because you are. I love you on the M3 podcast. You know, you be showing out, showing up and
Do
showing
I?
out. You be showing up and showing out over there on the M3 podcast.
Listen. Well, you're no stranger to it all as well. But thank you for having me. I watched you guys. Oh God, I've been watching you guys forever. I cannot say it again. I am honored and very pleased to be here. And
No,
hello, and let's get right into it.
yes. So, you know, in some good news, I think it's some excellent news myself. Janet Jackson is reportedly going to be doing a documentary slash baby reality show uh, again for Lifetime TV. It's going to be simulcast the way her last documentary was. And I think it's a beautiful thing. And it's going to be her and some of her brothers. And I think they said in the article that she's going to be going on tour and maybe the brothers will be on tour with her or something to that effect. Now, mind you, Janet Jackson has not confirmed none of this herself, so it all could be false. But we're going to go with it that it's true. What do you think, Mr. Drake?
Okay, so Cream, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to because I love Janet.
Mm-hmm.
I do. So this is what somebody says when they're about to say something negative. But
Uh-huh.
I'm not being negative. I love Janet, and I love people who love Janet. I'm a Prince fan, and I understand. Well, I have to clarify this. I'm an old Prince fan. I'm Prince fan from '76 to '92.
Gotcha.
But back to what we're saying. Um, I always think when an artist does reality, it's the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of the end. It's the beginning
Mm-hmm.
of the end, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't. I feel like she has a few more good albums in her. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to see her go down this particular "Let Me Tell the Story" road for another
Uh-huh.
decade. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? I I always look at it is my way of looking at it is I don't feel like I feel like new music is not coming. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
there's not a movie coming. I feel like this is like, and God knows she has enough out money. So what I just so you're a severe fan, right? You're like a
Severe.
huge
Yes. Mm-hmm.
right. And I'm deep
Uh,
into it.
well,
Into
here's the thing. I think that now reality TV has a different kind of slant to it than when we first started watching like the Real World and all that stuff that used to come out when reality TV first started. It's different now. I mean, reality TV is giving people careers and money and endorsement deals, and it's turning people into superstars because that's what people want to see. And I know you say, well, she's already a superstar, but the thing is, when you do something like this, you get access to different people. Not everyone gives a damn about new music, right? Some people want to, oh, well, you know, she's a star, so I'm interested to see what it's like when a rich person does their thing and lives their life and goes on tour. How do they act? You know, a lot of people talk about they don't like the Kardashians, but the Kardashian shows keep getting renewed because somebody likes the Kardashians. And I'm one of those people because I like to see how the other half lives. There is a curiosity on that. I like their family dynamic. So I think there's an opportunity for her. And I'm skipping ahead. And people like Kim Kardashian use the reality show situation to change how people think about her, right? To the point where now she's sitting next to Anna Wintour at fashion shows and stuff, And so I think that Janet, not that she needs the Kim makeover, but in the sense that she's meeting the people where they are. The people like reality TV shows. People that's her reality show was number one on Lifetime. Like it was her highest viewed show that year that she did. So I,
Yeah, but
no,
I'm a
go
little
ahead.
well. I'm a little sad because I think I think it tarnishes her crown a little bit. I think it. I mean,
Hmm, hmm.
I hold her in the highest esteem.
Right, right.
I do not want people. I always got crazy shit in my inbox. Please leave me alone because I love her, but I don't want to see her tarnished by this. I don't want
Hmm.
so every everybody shouldn't know everything. I like a little mystery. I don't want to
Right.
know, how she put her panties on. I don't want to
Who?
know
Look,
who
I'm sure.
I
I'm
don't.
sure it's going to be carefully orchestrated and curated. I'm sure of that. Because something else what you were saying that made me think. I wish. I lost the thought. But I hear what you're saying, and I bet she's not going to do anything that's going to embarrass her brand or lower her legacy. I bet
But I
she's
think
not.
the genre on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I would get your attention to the back of this wall here, I collect vinyl and I have an original edition red copy of the Velvet Rope. That's
Hmm,
worth
hmm.
a lot of money right now. That's no vinyl. I do, and I love her, and I like when when artists have some veil around them. So I
Hmm.
think that's where we're getting to apples and oranges here. I think you like to see. Sounds like you like to see it all, and I just want to
Yeah.
focus on the art that they birth. I don't care how the donuts are made. I just want the
Hmm.
donut. You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah. Well, I
because
think
there is a distinct age difference between us. I have you by at least a couple of decades.
no. I'm 48.
Are you really?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see that good black don't crack, baby. I did not know that. I thought you were in your 30s.
Oh, baby, no, 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 no. Mm-mm.
No, you came on the show last week, head was shining. You was just glistening, what I'm saying? Melanin just popping all over the place. Absolutely. So, well, with that said, so we are of the same generation. I'm 49.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll be 50 in May. When will you be 49?
In October.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Libra scales. But
Yeah.
so I just don't want to know like everything. Like I just don't.
And you won't like her last documentary. We didn't. It was it really was not so much about getting new information, but about just seeing the process and seeing. Um, I guess it's really about seeing process. I think about seeing
Well,
her journey.
like I learned that she dealt with Bobby Brown. I didn't want to know
Why not? I love those little tidbits.
that.
Yeah.
I feel as though I know too much in my life as is, and I just didn't want to know that. Oh my God! I was like, not baby girl. I was so saddened that her
But
in all
there
this.
comes a time where artists may prize the mystique, as you were saying, a little bit more than other times in their career. Like right now, Beyonce's in the era where era of her career where she can not do interviews and she can or do minimal interviews and she's mysterious and it's all about the music. She's been there, but she's in a time now where she it's
She
not a
wants to be more open.
she's yeah, so you have to do a little bit more diversification of your
Okay, so
portfolio.
I have a question for you. I know what I think my veiled Janet era would be probably the Velvet Rope era. She was a little more, but all that she was coming forward, but it
Hmm.
was still a little veiled, a little thinly. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah, it's
still
all in the
there.
music, and is she talking about him? Is she talking about her? Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, who is she talking about? Was it that person? Yeah.
Oh, you know what? On that note, I remember that tour. Oh my god,
Hmm.
it was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was
I remember where I was when I saw that tour.
yes, you and me
Yeah.
both. Like I
Mhm.
honestly,
You know,
um,
but speaking of divas, let's talk about Swarm, the new show on Amazon. We both have
oh,
finished it. And if you haven't finished watching Swarm, this is a
spoiler
spoiler.
alert.
Spoiler,
Yes.
because we talking about everything.
Oh,
we're not skipping around nothing.
no,
So
let me tell you.
let's go. Where you want to go? You
Let me
go.
tell you, new best friend. New best friend. Let me tell you. You were the first call I made when I finished the show. Um, interesting. So I will say it is quite the commentary on today's society.
Hmm.
That's the 50-foot view of it all, and it's fucking. Can I say fucking?
Yes, you can. You say all the words, fucking, and
I
other
can say
words
all
too.
the words. I
You
can
can say
say
all
all
the
the words.
words.
Oh, let me go in my 32 box. 1 second. Oh, listen. Let me tell y'all one motherfucking thing. This shit here. I kid. But listen. So it's disturbing. I had to watch it in bits and
Hmm.
pieces.
Hmm.
It's disturbing. And I am a TV, movie, music person, and I grew up. Remember the Midnight movie when it's just
Hmm.
old people, purple people eaters, and you
Yeah,
want
yes, yes.
yeah, because we're the same age, and like you sneak into it, people eat monkey brains. What was it, Night of the Living Dead, and all that stuff.
Yes.
So that was even more shocking than that was. This was more shocking than that was, and the shocking part was how real it becomes. So let's start at the beginning. And for those who haven't watched it, talk about the premise. The premise is just simply about fandom. Swarm is the name of the show, and it's
Hmm.
can we say loosely based?
Hmm.
Because
They
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. You go ahead.
No, because you know what excited me when
Uh-huh.
you said on well, I don't know if it was on Malcolm's air or on my air, you said, they actually said um that these are based on actual events. And I was like,
Yes.
somebody put their dick on the table. I was like, that shit I had to see, bro. I had when a nigga put their dick on the table like that. See, Cream told me I could curse, so now I'm gonna go
Yes,
to
you sure
in
can.
that. So when artists like um Glover puts his dick on the table like that, says, "Yeah, I'm talking about you." And what? So the
Hmm.
fandom Swarm is based loosely on the Beehive, which
Hmm. That's definitely.
I am a fan, but I am afraid of them. You are not afraid of them, bro?
I can't. Well, I am a part of the beehive. I'm not a beehiver in the sense that I'm going to be like clapping back on social media, but I am a beehiver in the sense that I own all her music, and and I am still waiting for the visuals and going, bitch. I don't care about a ball main Vogue cover. I want the visuals to this album. Like I'm there. I'm that guy.
You're gonna get them after it dies down. They're gonna be on sale for you at the concert.
Probably on
Brother,
DVD.
no, I'm just telling you where they're
Yeah,
gonna be.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
You're right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where they're gonna be. And when I heard where they're gonna be, I was like, oh.
Hmm.
And inside scoop would be, yeah, they were her camp was tired of. I can't say this. Let me
Come
look
on
it
now.
up.
Come on. Come on now. What you got?
um, no, you ain't gonna have me murdered. They must be like, he ain't gonna never drink nothing else. He get on live
Don't
TV and
nobody
just go
watch this little old podcast. Ain't nobody gonna know.
bullshit.
Don't nobody listen to this little old podcast. What you got? What you
Throw
got
y'all out.
over there?
No, but it's word on the street is that they were tired of the shit showing up on YouTube for free. So,
Oh, because they know they can make they're losing money off of those videos when people would
well,
pay
not
for
only
them.
that, but the videos are also going to double for commercials, in which you've already
Oh,
seen. So the
yeah.
Tiffany commercials, concert
Come on,
commercials.
girl. I mean, damn, I know you can monetize everything, but do you? I mean, do you gotta
No, and
monetize
that's where I
everything?
disagree. I think,
Damn.
like how much, but we were talking about Swarm, but like how much money can you make and how much fandom can. Now, because at one point in my life, I probably was a Prince fan to that level. I probably would have smacked a bitch in public if they would have said. I mean, so I
Right,
get it.
sure. Yeah, we all were, when we were
Yeah.
younger.
And the thing about this was, it's in the beginning, something's a little off. The relationship
Hmm.
is too needy, and
Hmm.
then one of the main characters. Oh fuck it, we're telling it right.
Oh, we're
I was
telling
trying.
it. We're telling it. Yeah, don't
Okay,
be
so the girl that Marissa that played by Chloe Bailey.
Chloe.
Oh, can I deviate for a second?
Yeah.
Yo, it's like she's about to drop an album because she's going on a mini tour this summer.
Right, right, yeah.
Yo, like Surprise is my shit. Like I'm too old to be digging that shit, but yo, that bitch be like surprise for my baby. It just does something, and treat me. I mean, she's in there. She
Yeah, yeah.
is. I
I
think
mean, for
she's.
me, her latest single, "The Pray It Away," is the best one for me. That's the best one.
Oh, I haven't. I haven't heard it.
You ain't heard "Pray It Away"? Oh, dude, that's the best one. You gotta watch the video too. Like, watch it on the YouTube because that video is fire. She got them out there church dancing, but it ain't about church though. But it's which is I'm surprised everybody ain't up in arms about
They
it.
will
'Cause,
be. They will be. They will
but
be. Let me
something you were saying about the intro and how they say this is not fictional, right? This isn't a work
right.
of fiction.
Right.
Well, I was reading a review, because I watched it, I binged it, but I don't be watching the credits to the end and stuff like that. I don't be doing that. But I was reading the
Yeah.
review, I was reading the review of it, and somebody mentioned that they at the very end credits they say any relation to anybody is not intentional, and essentially this is a work of fiction. They backtrack all these episodes. They've been saying at the beginning of the episode, this is not a work of fiction. The very last thing, for legal purposes, I'm sure, they say, just kidding. This is, any relation to anybody living or dead, all that stuff that people usually say, they say at the end.
Because every attorney I know was on speed dial.
Waiting.
Like, wait a minute, hold on. Wait a second. Right. Wait a second.
Yes. So he put his dick on the table, but he pulled it back. He definitely
No,
pulled it
but he
back.
still did. Because you had to wait till the end to get
True.
the.
He got us talking. Oh my God, look at what he's doing.
No, but the other thing for me was the unfurling of the character Dre. So
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning, you were introduced to Marissa and Dre,
Mm-hmm.
sister roommates. Dre is this portrayed as this weaker than she really needs Marissa. Marissa's a wild child. She out there doing makeup.
Mm-hmm.
They're based in Houston. Typical
Mm-hmm.
girls. They go to the city. Shake their ass. They want to do hand makeup. To be the bitch in the back of the video. Remember in the '90s? Remember they were the video girls, but now
Yes, yes.
now they're the makeup chicks.
Yes, yes.
They
Mm-hmm.
live in this place, and so like all good girls, Marissa falls for a bad boy, and
Yeah.
Ray doesn't like it.
Yeah. Because
So
Marissa, even though she appears strong, Marissa is fragile. She's tried to kill herself before. Because there was this big scar in her on her wrist when she's doing that we see when she's doing Dre's hair, and Dre kisses it like excessively. She's like, you ain't got to kiss my wrist like that every time you see this scar, whatever. But
yeah,
of course, that was a little fortune what do you call it? Foreshadowing. I almost said fortune telling. Foreshadowing.
It was. It makes you want to talk. You want to whisper like this. It was for. It was very telling. So you think about it then. So you go through the steps. And it's. I just found the character building very interesting, of how they layered it all.
Yeah,
it was so. Marissa meets her demise at her own hands.
in her own hand, because old boy cheated on her. Who he tried to get with her
because she got mad at Dre. She was finna move into, but Dre was right about dude. Dre was like,
he tried to get with me, girl.
Yeah,
like what do you do? What do you do when you're about to move in with someone and your friend says, "Girl, man, your dude tried to sleep with me."
I'm gonna believe because I'm old enough. Yeah, I'm old enough to be like, okay, all right. Especially if it's my day one.
Right. That's
I'm
fact.
gonna be like, oh, okay, fuck.
I know exactly.
Right. I'm gonna go get me some real quick for the last time.
Right.
And then delete the nigga and keep it.
That would be crushing.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Then I will do a series of sad episodes for M3. I'm gonna call you up, Cream. Can I come on? I need to cry in bed. I'm going to believe, but that comes with age and wisdom.
That does come with age, right?
20-something year old, like, fuck you. You just jealous. You mad. You a hater. Yeah, and that's what. But
yeah,
that's why we're drinking till we're 21. And, that's why the adult brain is way different. Have you noticed? With that said, have you noticed that your friendships are different, and they way different, and it's different, and you just kind of, you're it's a family ship. It's not. When you get a certain age, that shit become tight. You be holding on to the motherfuckers for dear life.
Yeah,
motherfucker don't call you on to the nigga. Where you at? Nigga, what the fuck? Right. I was hoping, but when she finally did it, that was the end for Dre.
Yeah,
as we knew her, borderline whatever personality she was. That was the. We later learned there were other things that created a psychotic break, which was interesting. So I talked to a professional. You can break more than once.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
And Dre, throughout the course of her life, had a break, and there were fractures, but this was the break. Like Dre, Marissa was her lifeline to the real. Like, she lived in a fantasy world, but Marissa kept her one foot
grounded. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so you felt her loss. So she goes to the funeral. Am I keeping pace with this pretty good?
Yeah, you good.
She goes to the funeral, and her family puts her out of the funeral. Now, Cream.
We don't know the history at that point. We don't know why.
But how did that make you feel at that point?
I was like, ooh, they really didn't like her dress. That's what I was. I was like, she is kind of dressed inappropriately for a funeral. Because her titties is all out, I think.
Like a show. I think it was Marissa's dress.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Because that old girl didn't owe nothing like that. You're right. You're right. That's what I thought. Well, maybe because at that point I really wasn't sure what their relationship was beyond friends. I didn't realize they were the adopted sisters that we learned later on that they were sisters through adoption.
I finally found the background on the deal with the parents.
What's up? What did you figure out about the parents?
It was the aging. They just didn't do a good job with matching the actors.
Yeah.
But it was a flash forward. The father had died of cancer, and the mother had died.
Yeah, they didn't look nothing like their younger selves, did they?
You get from Leon and Vanessa Bell Calloway. I can't. But it was really one, and so Now, this is when it gets really disturbing. So she transfixes, and correct me if I'm wrong, and jump
Mm-hmm.
in, please. So she transfixes her love that she already had a love for Nigel. So
For
Nigel was
Nigel.
Beyonce like figure in the story,
Mm-hmm.
and she remains prevalent. It's Nigel, 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 Nigel. This how much they say it. Nigel, 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 Nigel,
Right.
Nigel, 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 Nigel. And so that's gonna be the clip for next week. Join us for the Cream Podcast and Nigel, Nigel. So yeah, so that's what you hear. So she trans what, and she goes through these things, and she starts off and she literally murders the boyfriend. I mean, she bludgeoned this nigga with one of those
Right.
salt lamps.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that bitch grabbed to kill
No,
him.
it was the salt rock lamp that lights
Yes,
up.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
Now the
took a
weird thing was
picture.
her eating after she killed him. Like she went and like opened the refrigerator, started digging into some pecan pie or something that was in the refrigerator. And she started eating on. I was like, "Girl, why
That's
you?
the part where I wanted to stop and call you.
What's going on?"
So I happen to be talking to Spang, and he says, "Why is she eating?" It's like, bro, I don't know. Why is I don't know.
I
It's
still don't
weird.
know. I mean, I did read an
Oh, it
interview.
was the comic relief.
You think it was for comic relief? Well,
it had to
well,
be. They got more
well. I don't
hilarious
know.
because
Because that was a part of the pilot episode that was directed by Donald Glover. And in an interview, Donald Glover said that he told the actress, like, hey, don't be worrying about, typically actors are like, what's my motivation, and all that kind of stuff. And why am I here? What am I doing? And he told them, like, don't be worried about that. She's like a dog, she's just manic. She's just crazy. Which, of course, that interview, which was done with Vulture, has come out and people have been talking about that, about Donald Glover being a problematic figure for black women. Like, well, how you gonna tell this woman like to not worry about character development and you just a fucking dog and like because Donald Glover's with a white woman and people said he's done
well,
other things.
now you know I have a problem with that,
Go
but
ahead.
I don't have a problem with the direction he gave to her.
Uh-huh.
It brought something out of her
Mm-hmm.
that you so you're in the business, so you read the sides on the script, and you sit there and you think, well, what is
Mm-hmm.
my, what am I doing
Yeah.
here? Well, you read the sides, and you ask the director, you might ask the producer, hey,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
And then you go in the corner. But listen, she did not have any parameters.
Mm.
She did not have any. Um, she did not have any parameters. Any no. There was nothing.
Well, I
Stop.
think that because at first when I first started watching the show, I was like, is this just a weird actress or is this some good acting? And as the
Yeah,
show went on, I realized it was some excellent acting that this
yeah, because she's
woman
very
was doing.
normal as a person.
Yeah,
She's very. She
yeah,
is an actress. She's very well spoken. She's not even. She doesn't even have a soft spoken demeanor. She's like regular. You know what I mean?
hmm
So she created Dre, and I just going back to what you said, I really just take issue with people like, oh, he hates black women just because you don't date black women. I think he brought the best out of her. I
mm.
really do. I think
Oh, I
hats
think he
off.
did too. I totally agree that he brought the best out of her.
Yeah,
Hmm
I just and so halfway through, she excuse me, she is going cross country, which a lot of people say 5 was their favorite episode, but mine has to be 3 with the
Was five the
strippers.
one with the detective? Was
5,
was
yeah,
that?
5,
Yeah,
which
I
I
love.
love,
Yeah, I
which
love
I
the
love.
detective.
But mine was kind of the thing with the strippers,
Okay,
because
yeah.
that's when I learned that Dre was smart.
Yes,
That,
that's
that
true.
she that you learned that she was cunning and she
Hmm
was smart and she had
Bitch had
survival
some
skills.
long game plans.
You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this, like, and you think, unfortunately, and God, this is going to follow me until I'm dead. It's going to be somewhere in the zygote till my grandkids are 80. Um, you have to be smart to be a mass murderer or a killer.
Yeah, to
To
keep
murder
getting away
more
with
than,
it, you do. Yeah.
to murder more than one person.
Let's
So
tell us about
then,
that.
well, yeah. So then you learn about Dre's ravenous um lust for murder. In the beginning, I think she gets triggered by one thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that is her out. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I want out, so I'm going to take this person out. Now
Mm-hmm.
so we go on, and so in the stripper episode, as I like to call it, she is taking on another persona. She
Yeah.
In each episode she takes
She's
on a different
Carmen. I think she's Carmen in this episode. Who
Carmen.
only strips to Naija music.
Sad Naja music
Sad
with no
Naija music.
rhythm, with no rhythm, and I
With
love it.
no rhythm at
That would
all.
be me as a stripper.
I'm like, there's no way she got booked. Like that, they must have been totally out of people.
She
Like
was like this. I was very herky jerky.
very herky
So
jerky.
it's just herky jerky. So it was just really interesting. So I said to myself, and that's when I began to get interested because it
Uh,
started something that you need. It became must see TV. The first two episodes, I'm gonna kill Cream. That's what I'm gonna fly to where he is. He's going to buy me dinner. This is what him and his partner gonna buy me dinner because I want my life back. So, and I figured I couldn't petition God at this point, so I better keep going. So, and then so you learn that she was cunning. So these men kind of, I don't know, they talk about that, they disparage now. They don't even necessarily have to be hate. They just say
well, this
disparage.
dude, the dude in the stripper episode, he did say some hard shit. Like he was be on Twitter saying like, "Oh, that bitch voice is so shrill" or something like that. I can't stand her
Yeah,
voice. You know.
but but most people would be like, even if you're in the fan,
Yeah.
most people would be like, whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
But
Her
she went
reaction
out
is not
to
normal.
motherfucker, and so in the episode, you thinking, okay, well, she's gonna let him live because they went and got the car fixed and everybody leaving. She was like, I gotta pee, and that's when he's like, da, da, da.
Right. I said, oh, she's
Oh,
gonna go on about it. I said, she changed her mind. Okay.
but she no longer had to pee. She
Yeah.
went
She
in.
does. Yeah.
She went in to commit murder,
But
and
in the interest of time, let's get on to the last episode, okay? Because that, to me, that's the one of the
that's what I
most.
don't understand. So can you go? I need you to
Well,
explain it.
in the last episode, right? She kills her girlfriend. She burns the girlfriend up. Then realizes that she burned the ticket to go to the concert that she killed a girlfriend over. And then she ends up getting to the concert, and she gets on stage. And this is where I got confused. I was like, this doesn't look quite like Nija. And I was reading a review. They superimposed Marissa's face onto Nija because at this point, there's some degree of fantasy going on in Dre. So it's Nija's body, Marissa's face, and they intentionally left us kind of hanging in the sense of, is it all in her mind? Did it really go down like that? We know it did not go down like that. We know a Beyonce ain't. We know that she is not taking this crazy fan into her car with her after she got bit at a party about whatever a year ago, however long ago. I don't know. What'd you
She
say?
licked her. Well, she licked her. She didn't bite her. I
No,
just
they
think
said
she.
she bit. They said she bit her. They said she bit her.
Okay, but in real life, Queen B got licked
In
by
real life, they
another
said she got bit too. They said she got bit in
being
real
her.
life. They said she got bit. That's what they said. And people kept saying it was Sanaa Lathan, which I don't believe that for a second.
It was.
It was? She was that obsessed that she bit the bitch?
Well,
Why?
she like that. She like to ride the well. I don't know. It's suspected that she likes to ride the white pony.
Oh, okay. So she was a little messed up.
She was lit.
Okay. Okay.
And FYI, I watched Cocaine Bear the other night. But anyway,
I
oh,
can't bring myself to watch Cocaine Bear. Was it good?
please, I want you to watch it. I'll come back. It's amazing. Like Elizabeth Banks directed, but yeah, in the last episode, I so there has to be a second season because I have questions.
I have
So
questions too, but I know they're not gonna bring it back. They're gonna leave us squandering in our curiosity.
I think they should move on to other types of fandom. So I think they
Yeah.
should do like a Donald Trump s character.
Oh yeah.
I think they should, do go on to season 3 would be like somebody obsessing over Gandhi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Very American Horror Story, but in the fan
Right. Or
vein. Yeah,
somebody is obsessing over Barack Obama or Martin Luther
love
King.
it. Love it.
Hey, Dan,
Look at you. You don't create a franchise here.
Donald, call me.
Yeah.
You know what? I know somebody that could get in touch with him. I'm not gonna. So,
Right?
because the thing is, like, wouldn't that be interesting? Because there's different types of fan worship.
Yeah.
But I came here because I want to know your opinion of the series altogether.
Mm. All in all, I give the series an A minus. Is my grade for the series. I think it is. It is very good. I don't think, and I thought about this because we talked about this a little bit on M3 about Dre's what's her name? Her name is Fishbank. What's the girl's real name? The actress
Dominique Fishback.
Fishback. You're right. What's her first name? Dominique Fishback. Yes, Dominique. I want to give her flowers. So Dominique, I think we have not seen a character like this. We just haven't. We've seen, not that we have never seen crazy or disturbed, or whatever you want to call the politically correct way to say this, black women, in challenged in some way. But this was the best crazy bitch part. This is like honestly, like this is some good stuff. This is up there for me with what's the one where she boiled the bunnies? The boiled the bunny? Fatal Attraction. Yeah. Yeah, this is up there with Fatal Attraction for me.
Like, I will not be ignored.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I don't know, but we'll be praying for season 2. But it just, so for me, I give it a B minus.
A B minus, okay.
It is must see TV, but like the episode with the white chicks could have been left out. That whole
where she yeah.
It was in the concert episode.
Yeah.
She ran away, and it was just like they had her. Like they had, like they figured her out. They figured out her real name. I'm telling you, she killed half them bitches.
She should.
I'm telling you, I was like, this is a bad bitch right here. She ran over 2 of them.
Yeah,
she bludgeoned 2 of them.
I enjoyed the fact that they had a lot of little star drop-ins. Like Billie Eilish was in that scene with them white girls.
That was Billie Eilish. Right?
Yeah, I was like, because I kept going, is that Billie Eilish? And I was like, that is Billie Eilish.
Yeah, Cree Summer.
Oh, I loved seeing her. She's so. I mean, she's always Cree, no matter what she does, but she's good.
They had Leon,
who really he killed that part. I was like, damn, he was mean.
It was mean. I loved it. Who was the daddy that played the girlfriend's father? I can never think of his name.
I don't even remember her. I don't even remember
He's
him in the movie. What did he do?
he played the girlfriend. The girlfriend that she met. She
Oh,
played no, the
oh
girlfriend
yeah,
that
yeah, 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 yeah. The girlfriend that she got at the end.
he was
Him.
getting.
Yeah, he was.
He's a Broadway actor, and I
Yeah.
cannot remember his name. He's
I
got.
cannot see his face right now, so it's hard for me to
You go
remember.
back and look at, you'll be like,
Okay. Well, I want to let's see if I can share my screen and show this. Let's see here. You know,
damn.
I'm not as adept at all this as
Oh, please.
you know, as some of y'all. Okay, look, she
Oh my
tell me I
God.
can't do it. She telling me this.
But
Well, 'cause
ooh, but my mouth can't sing like that. I'm sorry.
right. So there's a great video. I don't know if you've ever seen it of what's her name, Judge Judy, and Judge Judy is being interviewed in this video, and I'm gonna get to this point because I think it's gonna get us into our next situation here. So I think I'm all queued up now to play her. And yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All
Oh,
right.
In whatever it is that you're doing. Every stage in life can be an adventure. You don't have to be defined. If you didn't make it in your 20s, you can make it in your 30s. And if you didn't make it in your 30s, you can make it in your 40s. And if you didn't make it in your 40s, you can make it in your 50s. And just remember Grandma Moses. You know who that is? Oh, please tell me you remember Grandma Moses. She was a painter. And she didn't start painting until, I think, in her 80s. And one of the most prolific painters.
Never too late.
Never too late. So have fun. That's what it's all about.
All right. So that's what I want us to talk about next to finish out this our little last few minutes here is about it being never too late. First of all, do you subscribe to that? Do you believe in that? Is there a point where bitch it's too late it's too late?
Cream, I'm on my fourth career.
Okay. All right.
I definitely believe in that. Like I started off my professional life. My undergraduate degree is in hotel restaurant management. I thought I was going to be a restaurateur in a hotel
Mm.
mogul, and it was going to be the black. He whose name we shall not mention. And then I went into public service. I went into government work, and then I went into kind of the same thing. No, I'm sorry, I skipped a career. I went into banking and real estate,
Mm.
and that carried me through my 30s, and so, but in my 30s and 40s, I got into government and philanthropy, real estate, where
Mm.
I built um, government housing around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to different countries and we rebuilt this and we rebuilt that. And we did things for refugees. It was really rewarding work. And
Mm-hmm.
then I left as a conscientious objection to the incoming regime, if you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
around 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so fourth career is I am now the director of human resources for a physical therapy firm.
Mm.
So
Mm.
yes, and so now I also just opened a real estate, a property management company, which
Mhm.
some do, and then career number 4 or 5, I stopped counting, is I'm about to embark on a nonprofit where I do summer camps for kids with cerebral palsy.
Oh
So
wow!
I do believe, and I am not even halfway done yet, and I am coming on my fifth decade. A
So what do
prayerfully,
you? I mean, that's really amazing. What do you attribute that to? Because most people, I think, what stops people from doing what you did or have done or are doing is fear. And how does that fear not exist within you, or does it exist but yet you power through? Like, what is your like?
It depends
How
on
do
the
you?
day. It depends on the day. And this is gonna sound real hokey, and I'm not really like a. I am a devout Catholic, but I'm not like a super religious person. Like
Hmm.
I cut some drinking and kind of stuff, but I am spirit led. What I feel,
Hmm.
what I pray about what is next for me,
Hmm.
and my prayer is always not to be stagnant and complacent.
Hmm.
But like I'm a stupid Gemini, so fear is probably not in my zeitgeist at all.
Hmm.
Um, but like when I moved to Atlanta, I left my apartment and everything in Harlem like I was going to the store and just never went back because I felt like this is where I needed to be.
Hmm. Yeah, but what makes you able to listen to that voice? Because plenty of people, I'm sure, pray for God to guide them and probably get some signs and signals to make a decision, to make a move, to stay. Even sometimes staying can be a scary thing, but whatever the right thing to do, what is it that makes you move through any doubts? Especially the older we get, we crave more stability. I think we crave. I ain't trying to fall and break my bank account or my hip. So like, what we get more careful. So what what makes you push through those types of, I guess,
God
natural?
has not failed me in these 5 decades.
Mm,
He
mm,
has not failed me. He has
mm,
only given me, or she has only given me more and more.
mm,
And
mm,
it's God gives you, or the higher power gives you the raw ingredients, and you have to figure out what to make next.
mm.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? I feel like I go and I do where now. Sometimes I do the most and do way too much. I mean, I'm a father and a grandfather, and I was married for a number of years, and
Hmm.
I am now a same gender loving person.
Hmm.
A lot I have lived, and I'm a person with a disability. I was born with cerebral palsy,
Mm,
so that I don't know. So real quick, I think it goes back when I didn't walk till I was 3.
wow.
But I think it goes back. My mother told me when I went to kindergarten. Now, mind you, I walked when I was 3. I went to kindergarten at 5, so I was barely walking a year. Maybe I was getting
Hmm.
good at it though. I was like, oh, I didn't need a walker or anything. Walking on my own. I
Hmm.
remember this great green Cadillac. You remember the story I told it?
Yes.
The,
Oh, yes.
the big green Cadillac story. So my mother sent me
Yeah.
down this Cadillac. She said, "Listen, kids can be cruel. Everybody's not going to be your friend, but you tell them to kiss your ass. Your mama said you can do whatever it is you want to do." And I live with that. That resonated
Hmm.
with me at 5 years old. So at almost 50, 3 months away from being 50, it has still resonated with me. I still live as that 5 year old. Like this is what I want to do, and there are boundaries with it, but very few.
Right.
Very
Right.
I'm just going to do this thing, and I'm going to. Now, I am concerned about the goodness of the world.
Uh huh.
Um, and I do want to give back goodness and joy and light. That is important to me. But yeah, I want my dash to mean something. But no, and now that you say it, I don't think fear is a part of who I am. Now,
Right.
internally, there are some struggles.
Hmm.
But,
So,
uh,
if somebody got the TV going on back there, I think I'm picking her up. She's.
and it's all the way in my den in the back. Give me 1 second. It's because my office door popped open because
Oh, okay.
delivered my dinner. So I
Oh,
apologize.
well, it's nice to get dinner
So
delivered. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
yeah, but now I don't even want it because I ain't telling nobody I accidentally ate an Olive Garden before I got home. So
leftovers tomorrow. Leftovers
it was
tomorrow.
delicious. No, I'll be silly right now. But yeah, like fear does it yeah, it's not really, a part of what I do. And so like I don't tell people to live fearlessly. That's not but put it to the side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If it's not gonna kill you and you can figure out how to do it, do it. Fuck it, do it. You only live once that you know
Right.
of. Like, what is something that you really want to do in your life?
Well, for me personally, I'm doing everything I want to do.
Okay.
I'm living that life. Now, do I have apprehensions and fears and things about it? Like, because I don't know how things are gonna go. Sure. Like, for example, in my creative endeavors, I'm always working on them, whether that be my writing or even podcasting. But then there's a part of me that goes, well, what if these things really popped off in a real way and you had to make a choice between your steady, really, really, really good check and an opportunity that could possibly set you up to be independently wealthy and not depending on working for someone else or working, even though I love what I do. And I don't know, I haven't been faced with that option yet, but I don't know. I don't know what I'll do.
Can
With
I
that.
pose something to you that
Yeah.
came to me when I first met you?
Mm-hmm.
Something said to me that you may be the one to help me tell my story, to write it, to help me write and tell a story.
Oh wow. Well,
Yeah,
I would love to do that.
I have several outlets to get them told. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I used to be of the streets. So I
Okay,
made some really
okay.
good connections. I used to
All
be of the
right.
streets. I
Of the
was,
streets. All right.
of them. And I ran some very, very Hollywood streets, New York
All right
streets,
now.
streets of
Look.
Paris. I've ran
Oh,
streets.
oh, wee.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have ran. Um, I have ran some streets. So that's the message I got when I met you. Like, this young man is creative. He's talented, and so
No.
like I have people like, oh, I want to tell you, I've heard, but I've never been so quick to tell it. I mean, like, what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like, okay, now is not the right time. This is not, blah 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 blah. So I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
that's I go on feelings,
Yeah.
and I have been wrong sometimes, but
Mhm.
90% of the time I am right.
Right.
I,
And
I
of the
think
times that you have been wrong by going on your feeling, did you regret it? I don't think we regret when we go on our impulse, even if we are wrong. It's like, okay,
oh,
well,
and
got that one
it's a
wrong.
wonderful. Like, I was involved with a drug addict and a narcissist for 2 years, but
Mm.
I wouldn't
Wouldn't
take
change
it
a
back.
thing. Yeah.
Huh? I
Hmm.
wouldn't change a thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Hmm.
know. I
Because there was
mean,
something good about that at one point. There was something good, right?
oh, he was a black ginger.
Oh.
It was good. I wasn't nasty, but
It was good.
it was good. Certain parts of it were pink and delicious.
Oh.
Throw that into the book, y'all. Right? Read that. But so in my early 30s, I dated an older gentleman who was in the Navy, and we took a vacation to Paris. We argued and we pseudo broke up, but I stayed 3 weeks because I met a painter named Lucien.
Wow.
Love with Lucien, and I was just in the streets of Paris. I was sleeping on this man's floor because all he had was an awful. Back then, air mattresses were awful. We didn't have the technology to
Right.
make them.
Just thinking.
And then reality was when I called my mom was like, if you don't get your motherfucking ass, um, you know, back here, and that snapped in my because I am a Gemini. I do love, and I do,
Mhm.
I dance 1,000 dances over lilies and yeah, so snap back. And then like and then when I got married to my ex-wife, it was the most unceremonious, unromantic thing. We went to the Just to the Peace and then I had to go to class. So I got
Wow.
married. Right. So the juxtaposition of my life is amazing. But
Mm,
I love
yeah.
the idea of love, and I love it in all aspects of my life. I do podcasting because I love it. Now I don't necessarily love the talented Mr. Drayton because he's an asshole, but Gregory is a pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
No, he is. And I tell people all the time that I play a character on Saturday mornings.
Exactly.
That's not.
Although I think I say that just because I think Cream Diggler and I are pretty aligned, but just in case I do say something that's out of order, I could say it's the character.
Oh, listen, the talented Mr. Drayton told people one time he wanted to be so rich he wanted to own white people.
Oh, he did. I do remember hearing that.
Yes, he said that.
He did say that.
You know, he is a gay male chauvinist.
Oh yeah.
He thinks that Talented Mr. Drayton does not talk to the help, the people that gets his guns. He hates Mexicans.
Oh no.
He's
He is
still
an asshole.
he is an asshole, and so and that's why. And I try to tell people when I'm in the market, and they're like, "That's that motherfucker." I'm like, "Hey, you tuned in? That is a person I play on Saturday mornings, possibly on Wednesdays, and now on Tuesdays when this airs." But no, I did want to take this chance to introduce people to actual Gregory. That I am I think a nice guy. I'm an old man, pawpaw with grandkids, and people generally like me. People don't like him. I think it's very like you are in general a nice guy all the way around the world, personally and professionally. You know what I mean? But not. And I think that's the Gemini duality in me. I wanted to express him.
Yeah, express both sides of yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel you.
he is a dick.
He is a dick. But hey,
He's
being a dick is fun sometimes.
Well, he gets to come. So,
Yay, but I'm
I want to tell you that I love this shirt. I love it. I
Thank you.
For it. I found it, and I have one on the way.
Oh, look at you! All right.
I love it. I was like, yo, I'm all down for some good camouflage.
Yes.
Always down. We, and this whole thank you too, because I always have to resist the urge to host. So now I can just I was like checking for your time. I was like, oh, now we reached that time of the program.
And we have actually reached that time of the program. Thank you for the segue. We have reached the time. Once a host, always a host. You can't help yourself. But I will. Before we sign off, though, I would like for you to, as a person who has accomplished a lot in your life, and for people who maybe didn't have the same kind of reinforcement that you had in your life, or maybe they did and they didn't listen to it, whatever the case may be, what is some advice that you give in 60 seconds or less for people to walk through their fear?
Well, believe it or not, I grew up semi-poor. We get food stamps and welfare and all that good stuff. If you did not listen to or if you did not have that in your life, it's never too late. It is. I agree with Judge Judy. It is never too late. If you are granted today and tomorrow, start right now.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. I start with now.
Start with now.
That is it. I start with now, and
that's the title of a book.
Yeah, it is. Start with
like
now,
it.
because I never put the shit off. Like, and sometimes, like, we'll talk about it later. But today, only just today, I've done so much, and I'm so tired. But I now can go to bed with a sense of fulfillment because whatever I put my hands on today, I did it. And
Yeah.
whatever I worry about, God moves it and for good or for bad. It's out of my way. And so
Yeah.
people say you gotta let go and let God. It is a real thing. So just in 20 seconds, listen to your inner self. Go with your first mind and start with now, right now. If your goal is to write it down. If your goal is to sing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to listen. Somebody's going
Yes.
to hear you. So I've done print modeling. I've done everything. I've had the opportunities to meet Prince and Quincy Jones, and I have been around the world. I've dated actors and rappers, and it has just been wonderful. My
But none
life
of that would have happened if you hadn't started with the now.
but I was a good
Yeah.
whore. Yes,
Well, you was a good host.
thank
More
you for
on
having
that.
me, Chris.
More on
I'm
that
sorry.
later. Yes, of course. It's
Oh
been a
no, we got
pleasure having you.
the best of the memoir. Can't tell
Yeah.
you.
So, Lex, once again, this has been the Soulful Cream Podcast. I am your host, Cream Diggler, and very special thank you to the talented, the one and only, the intelligent, the fabulous Mr. Drayton.
Oh, thank you. You didn't have
Bye,
to.
y'all.